How's it, guys? Can you hear me? Just shout if you can hear me, please. I'm just messing around here. Bored. Someone can just let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, cool. Now I was bored. Nothing nice on TV. Thought I'd answer some questions and talk some vape. Nothing to show you. But yeah, let's answer some questions. How's it, everybody? Yeah, I see the numbers are growing nicely. Really pleased. At last count, I think we were just short of the 600 mark of subscribers from where we started. That's grown really nicely. Hence this big prize that I'm announcing on Wednesday. All I can say is that that's a lack of prize. Where 3 lucky people are going to be in 7th heaven when they find out what the prizes are. I thought, give away a Minican or something like that. Nah, gonna give away something better than a Minican. Not one of a kind. Yeah, you wait and see. Let's see who's here. Oh, Kurt's here, Dreschen was here, I don't know if he's back. Mrs. M, Graham, Wade, Brandon, Locust, Anton, Graham, Prinlin, Wesley, yeah boy. I don't even know how to pronounce Uzayr. I'm bad. Etienne. Etienne, you're not winning nothing, my boy. You work in a vape shop. Just so that you know, if you work in a vape shop or you own a vape shop, you're not eligible to win the prizes because that's unfair. You've got more than enough access to juice and mods and shit like that. So, what's in the news this week? Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any Skinner? Any other Dreschen? I'll allude to that all on Wednesday, but I'm making it a fun one, so it does mean there has to be some interaction from the community. It's not about vape, it's about vaping and vaping in the community. Hence I've got a whole, I don't even know how many there were. Shit. I think there's 14 different sponsors, including us. And I have to say I was really impressed. I put the feelers out. I made a little WhatsApp group and put all the people that I know in the group that I think would sponsor a prize. And within an hour and a half, I had like 15,000 rands of the prizes, which obviously I will let you know who's sponsoring what, and so that everybody can give them a big shout out. But they gave with no questions asked. They didn't want any free advertising or whatever, so which obviously means that we're doing something right. Yeah. No DNAs. No DNAs. How's it, Dreschen? Yeah, I play a little bit Locust. I've actually got a little bit bored. I'm waiting for the new Call of Duty to be released. I think I'll get back into it when the new Call of Duty is released because it's a boots on the ground game. So yeah, I've already pre-ordered it. Just waiting. Obviously, going to wait for download and then I'll start gaming again. Please no tagging vape, friends. It's getting old. Yeah, I have to say, I got into a little bit of trouble from the admins of the various Facebook pages because, and I won't mention names. I had some of our followers just got absolutely ballistic and reposting in the groups. Yeah, if you go, part of the competition is obviously reposting, and I want to build my numbers and stuff like that. But please don't repost to your timeline. Don't post to a vape shop's timeline, because we almost shut down Facebook page because of the amount of reposts of one of my things. Yeah, so yeah, keep the reposting to vape pages to a minimum, please. Well, this is a one of a kind. This hoodie's. Yeah, I'm a fairly large person. To find hoodies that fit me is quite rare, and I only have two, and one's in the shop and one's at home. So yeah, my red one's for home, my other one's in the shop. Yeah. Yeah, Mrs. M, they were really. I didn't have to argue. Out of all the people in the group, I only had one person, and I won't mention the person's name, did not get back to me. But I think that was might have been because they were busy. Yeah, Wesley. It will, however. Oh wait. Yeah, Wesley. No, you're gonna have to be on Facebook, my boy. It does involve Facebook, unfortunately. So I suggest you quickly open up a Facebook account, because when you find out what the prizes are, you're going to want to have that Facebook account for the next couple of weeks. Obviously, to get mileage for the sponsors that have put up prizes, I have going to delay the prize until I think it's the last. Yeah, it's the 28th. We will actually do a live feed and announce who's won the prizes, just to get the sponsors some mileage out of it, you know what I mean? So yeah. Easy coming back. Yeah, I'll get the missus to log in. CSGO, no, I've never played CSGO. I never played it at all. Yeah, I didn't enjoy that, eh? Good enough to sell the shop. Don't understand that, Kurt. Did I miss something that you mentioned? Yeah, I must have missed something there, or I'm not catching the joke, Kurt. So for those people that ordered goons, the goons have arrived. The goon V1.5. Let me just do that while we're here. Let me just find the Goon V1.5. See if I can find some nice images on it. Where is it? Save image and pictures and live feed, save. Yes. Just trying to find a nice picture of them. Hey, where are all the nice photos? Oh, yeah. Save images, down at one, yes, and one more photograph. Where are you? So it looks like what's different on the Goon. I'm just going to add these photographs quickly. Which obviously I left the shop early today, so I didn't get to play with them. But I will show you what I see is different on them. Looking at the photograph, your top left photograph, you can see that on that photograph, obviously besides the, man, why do I keep on moving things around that I shouldn't be moving around? And move that one out the way. You can see on here, obviously the thickness of the top plates that screw down. They've listened to the people, and they've made that a lot thicker. On the old ones, those bloody plates used to bend, and those screws were so pernickety. So it looks like that they've listened and they've made this deck, the top plate, nice and chunky. which is going to help with tie downs. Then airflow, they've changed the whole airflow. I think it's going to have quite a bit of airflow. You can see now, instead of having 3 little holes, they've actually got this nice big wide, evidently it's 2 mils by 8 mils. I'll have to measure it when it comes in. So that's that. And then you can see the size, the size now of that nice thick chunky top plate that screws down with good quality screws, and you can see the amount size coils that you can fit in there. That's, to me, that looks like 20 gauge, maybe 22 gauge. 22 gauge, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 strands of 22 gauge. That's a lot of, you can fit some monster coils in there. So all those nice big fat frame staples from a coil company will be able to fit in that thing lekker. It'll fit in there nicely. Yeah, well, I'll post them all everywhere, Wesley. I'm going to announce the competition on Wednesday night, and the rules, and then I'll do it. I've got a written format of the rules, which I'll post on Facebook. I'll post everywhere. Prizes. Good enough to sell the shop? No, not good enough to sell the shop, Kurt. Locust, just on your Geo, what type of coil are you building with that stainless steel? Just, is it a spaced coil? Something like this, just hold on. Or is it something like that? Wait. Just opening up these images there, just hold on. Is it a space coil like that you're building? Or is it a compact coil like that with stainless steel? Just let me know which coil you're building and I'll tell you what you're doing wrong. Julian, I haven't been able to actually play with them. I left the shop. I had to go sort out some private stuff today, and then I didn't go. I only got back home at about 3:30, so I didn't even get to the shop. So yeah, I actually haven't physically looked at them myself yet. Kylan, let me just check quickly. I don't know if it does or doesn't have. Just hold on. I'll tell you right now. Just arrived. Yes, it does. It does have a squonk pin. Looking at it here now, yes, it does have a squonk pin. Yeah, it does have a squonk pin. Yeah, Brandon, all depends on, I don't mind having a table somewhere, it all depends on what the event is. Yeah. Yeah, that deck is going to be perfect for flat wire, or those big fat frame staples of coil company, because that likes a nice wide flat surface to tie down on. Yeah. Your Dression. Yeah, we did, eh? I don't quite know exactly. Let me just go and check and see the channel, and just I'll tell you now. We got quite a few subscribers, eh? I can't tell you where they're from. I'm still trying to figure out YouTube and where you can go and check all the analytics and stuff like that. But we're up to 571 subscribers. From when we first started the show, we were about 200 and something. So we've grown, we've doubled, more than doubled, almost tripled the numbers. So I'm really pleased with that. But I think when I announce the competition, we're going to get lots more subscribers. We're going to get lots more subscribers. Sure, okay. We've never got the duo. So yeah, Kurt would be the best person to ask to ask that. The big problem with the firing mechanisms on mods these days is that the trigger, it's hard to actually explain what it looks like, is that how the button works is there's a concave piece of like almost like tin, that when you depress the button, it actually pops that little thing in, which makes the contact, and then when you let go, it pops back out again. It's like a concave thing that fits over the trigger button, and then as soon as you hit the button, it pops it in and it closes the circuit, and then it pops itself out. And if juice gets behind there and fills that little gap up, it just auto fires straight away. So you've got to be very, very careful with juice on mods. Very, very careful with juice on mods. Wade, there's plenty places online, DIY or DA. You just have to type in Google and it'll bring up thousands of recipes. How's it, Donovan? Yeah, last week we've grown. I think when we announced the competition and the way the competition's going to run, I think I'm really hoping we can get to the 1,000 mark. Yeah, it'll be lucky if we can get to 1,000 mark because of this competition. All it's going to do is grow the industry. Yeah, Vengeance, we're announcing it on Wednesday. The live feed will be at 8 o'clock on Wednesday the 7th, so it's this Wednesday. I'm not going to have all the prizes with me because obviously there's prizes coming from all over the country. But what I will do is I will obviously tell you what's first prize, what's second prize, what's third prize, and then I'll actually give you the rules, how the rules are going to work and how the competition's going to work. It's a fun one. It's not. You guys are going to have to do a little bit of work. But it's about the spirit of vaping. It's about growing vaping. It's about, yeah, and yeah, I'll get more into that then. What RDA would you recommend, which is both single and dual coil capable? I would probably say the Icon, because the Icon you can put single coil in, you can put dual coil, it has got cutoff. The Zion, oh shit, yeah. I was able to mess around with the Zion, which is that new bottom fed 22mm single coil. You can put a dual coil in if you know what you're doing, but a single coil it's made for a single coil. I was able to test it out the other day in the shop, and it's really nice. The only probably downfall I don't like about it is that drip tip is far too small, but then you can put a normal drip tip on it. So yeah, that was really nice. Yeah, most of the devices these days can do single coil or dual coil. The drippers, you know what I mean? Any one of them, I think. The fastest ramp up wire that you can get is stainless steel. Well, no, not actually. The fastest wire that you can get is silver. That's got the fastest ramp up time that there is. Although stainless steel has got a very low ohmage, compared to Canthal, for example. It's got half the ohmage of Canthal. So if you built a 1 ohm coil of Canthal, the equivalent coil in the same gauge in stainless steel would be half of that. So stainless steel ramps up very, very quickly, but the problem with ramping up that quickly, you end up damaging the juice. Stainless steel is not a wire to use, in my opinion, for bakery or dessert notes. It just burns the creams. It's really good for fruits, and it's good for menthols. My wire of choice is Nichrome 80, and it has been for a while now. That's the wire that I use, and it ramps up fairly quickly as well. Actually, very quickly as well. Thanks, Trishan. Yeah, I would use Nichrome, that's me. No, don't use nickel. The jury's still out on nickel and titanium. I wouldn't use nickel and titanium, to be honest with you. The jury's still out whether it's safe or not, in my opinion. Mrs. M, you and Mr. Limos got me in trouble, but that's not a problem. They must suck it up, the admins. That's what they're there to do. Yeah, you do. Haywire is one of the brands that we stock to South Africa. It's a sweet wire. Comes from Switzerland, but it's bought in by a company called Haywire, and you can find it on our website. Flat wire Nichrome is absolutely divine. What I will tell you is that I've got flat wire 20 gauge Nichrome flat wire, and I put it in a dripper the other day. I won't tell you what the ohmage came out to, but when I say the quality of that vape is absolutely phenomenal, it's absolutely phenomenal. I made a rookie mistake though. I put it in a dripper that I forgot had a bottom feed pin in it, and I proceeded to put juice in it, and it went straight into my mech. Thank goodness I picked it up before I hit the fire button. So yeah, even experienced people can make mistakes in the lack of judgment. So yeah, just be careful. Yeah. No problem. I can't stop you doing what you want to do. Just don't only post it once. Don't post the same thing into the same group continual times. Yeah, Locust, it's the vaping scene in SA is massive now. Well, Mrs. M, you take a 6 milligram and you take a 0 milligram, 60 mils, you add the two together, makes you 120 mils. Once you've mixed the two together, because of the volume of the VG and PG, it will stay 75-25, but it'll bring the nicotine content down to 3 milligram because you're splitting the 6 milligram over a bottle that's got 0. So it'll bring it down to 3 milligram nicotine. So 6 milligram and a 0 mixed together, same quantity, will bring it down to 3 milligram. Yes, this box. I've realized that like you never judge a book by its cover. The original ones we bought in of these B boxes, I wasn't too impressed with the coil structure, and we've since then got the Exocet and the Insider, and I've been running with the Insider in it because it's just easier to build on. and oh my god, it's things absolutely divine. Good. 2 times 3 milligram will not give you 6 milligram per ball. How's it, T-Vapes? 2 times 3 milligram will give you 3 milligram. 1 times 6 and 1 times 0 will give you 3 milligram. Boop. Oh. Now that's a bottle of juice. This is another experimental juice I'm working on. Oh. Oh. It's going to be so nummies when it's done. Locusts, that is a rumor. Propylene glycol, there was a rumor going around that it's used in Ventease pumps. It's not used in Ventease pumps. It's actually used in a lot of bronchial medication. Yeah, it's not used in asthma pumps, as far as I know. No, Mrs. M. As soon as you add PG or VG to that, you'll just lose the flavor. Or Kurt, send me one. You know, you can more than happy to send me your reload and let me see if you are telling the truth. I'm more than happy to get stuff for free. Oh. Sorry, I forgot to shake it earlier. That's going to be a nice 500ml bottle of juice. Yeah, any other questions, guys? I think we've got some more stock arriving this week. What it is, I don't know. Besides the goons that have arrived, I can't remember off the top of my head what else is arriving. Sounds naughty. Yeah, I thought about that afterwards. Yeah, Kurt says the old asthma pumps, they used to have PG. You know, I'm not a doctor. I know the new ones don't have PG. The new type of pumps don't have PG, but the older ones might have. I can't give away secrets. All I can tell you is it's numb. Oh. Tasty, tasty, tasty. Copper vape squonker. Let me just Google what a copper vape squonker is, so I can check. I've never heard of it before. If I Google's your friend. Okay, yes, I have seen it before. No, we don't currently. But yeah, something else is coming. Point to the camera so I can smell it. Nah. I don't know, hey Donovan. The reason why that Icon gives such good flavor is the way that the air is channeled in. You know, big wide open airflow like that, I don't think it's going to give you as much flavor, but we'll have to test it and see. Yeah, You've got to try things. You know, if you don't try things, we don't know. So I'll grab one. I'll grab one tomorrow and test it and um, to see if it's on par. Still, in my opinion, the best two drippers for flavor. My number one is the Icon, and then number two is the Recoil. My number one for cloud chucking is the Elite. You know, and then probably be, yeah, the Elite is probably my number one. Yeah, Vengeance. Squonking's coming back in a big way. Hey, we do have squonkers, regulated squonkers at the moment. We've got some inboxes in stock, but yeah, squonking is going to come back in a big way this year. I think, you know, people are also getting tired of regulated devices. You know what I mean? Especially those guys that are starting to now experiment with building coils and stuff like that. You know, when you build coils and you slap them and you can actually set up the vape exactly the way you want it. Squonking just, oh man, yeah, it's brilliant. Love squonking. Andre, Icon or a Druga? Icon for flavor, Druga for clouds. Darren, the flavors on point, eh? The Fanta grape and the Fanta orange and the Fanta mango, they're on point without a shadow of a doubt. The flavors on those things, it's like drinking them, you know. I think they could have backed off a little bit on the coolant that they put in there, whether it's menthol or what. It's maybe a little bit too intense, and that's not even the iced version. But yeah, its flavors on point. Yeah, Dresden, the batteries. Although I'm not a battery expert, you can cut a charge. I've never had problems with cutting a charge and then putting it back in the charger. As far as my knowledge goes with the batteries, they doesn't damage the batteries or the life cycle. The Icon quality, it's a good quality. It's made by Vandy Vapes. Vandy makes good qualities compared to the Goon. Yeah, they're as good a quality. Yeah, as good a quality. Just the Icon gives you better flavor. Yeah, it's the Fantasia range. That's what it's called. Yeah, it is quite a sweet. It is a sweetish. Vape. It's not something that I can vape the whole day. I won't lie to you, I can't vape that stuff the whole day. Gets a little bit much. Yeah, can't vape that the whole day. Oh yeah, Vengeance. You know, although a lot of the mods today you can charge your batteries in, you've got to look at the size of the battery charging port and the chip that's in there. Your batteries don't, and this I can tell you categorically, your batteries don't last as long or keep the charge as long when being charged in your machine compared to being charged in an external charger. We always recommend, if you've got the money, to buy an external charger. Always recommend that. Yeah, look, if you can't afford to buy a charger and your thing's got USB, that's fine. But if you've got the money to buy a charger, you know, you should buy a charger. It's much better for your batteries to charge on an external charger than it is to charge internally. Oh, let's see what else is coming in. Let me see if I can do some feedback on something. Yo, I was sold out already. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I got to play with the OBS Creus RDTA. Must say, really nice deck to build on. I've only played with one set of coils in there, so I can't give you my full opinion on it. I would put it in the same category as an RDTA 5, the iJoy one. But yeah, it's nice little RDTA to play with. Also, yeah, there was a couple of people that did ask. The BF pins for the Apocalypse have arrived. They are in store. So just if you're looking for one of those, they are in store. Yeah, the B box is selling really well. There's only DNAs left. Yeah, but it's so hard to get them. Even the styled version, they're so hard to get. Yeah. I can't remember all these names of the things that I see. Let me just go and copy and paste and see if I've seen a picture of it. Names and that I'm really bad to remember, but I'll tell you if I see a picture of it. No, never seen that before, Julian. That's a B box. Yeah, that's that there. Yeah, it's not going to be a long one, guys. I just was bored. I still got to get into the laboratory tonight. Got some work to go do in the laboratory. I'll probably be on for another 5 or so minutes, but if you've got any questions, shout and I'll answer, and then we can look forward to the Wednesday night show. That's going to be epic. Brandon, if you look at the O-ring that's underneath the RBA, so before you've screwed the RBA into the base, you'll see there's a little white O-ring there. Find another O-ring, a little black one, a thicker one, take that white one off, and then screw the black one in, screw that down, and see if that fixes it. If not, then you've got something that's touching where it shouldn't be touching. Okay. Wesley brings up a really controversial. I'm going to actually get the advert for you now, just so that you can actually see, and then I'm gonna piss myself laughing. Mastercard's slogan. Mastercard slogan. Let me get that up, and then I'm gonna have a little wet myself. Save image, and let me open this image. Yeah, so we can all wet ourselves quickly. What's wrong with this advert? There are some things money can't buy. MasterCard for everything else. There's MasterCard, which is the biggest load of fucking hogwash. Freaking. You can buy alcohol on PayFast. You can buy alcohol using a MasterCard. You can buy alcohol using a Visa card online, but you're not allowed to buy vape gear. You can buy bulk cigarettes using PayFast from Macro. You can buy use either Visa or MasterCard to buy bulk cigarettes when you walk into a terminal, but you're not allowed to use it online to buy electronic cigarettes. Yeah, I got a funny feeling that MasterCard and Visa have got something in their money's involved with the tobacco industry or something like that. They've got money, and the tobacco industry just put a clamp on them and said, listen, nah, if people are using any of these gateways to buy, you must stop it. So yeah, that is going to be a bit of a problem. There are alternatives that we're busy looking at the moment. But then really, in all honesty, guys, that's using it online, through the online stuff. There's nothing stopping you through your own merchant service like FNB, ABSA, Standard Bank. If your credit card is linked to your account, just hold on, let me just check something quickly. If your credit card is linked to your FNB banking, your Standard Bank banking, your ABSA banking or whatever, you can still do electronic fund transfers. I know it's a little bit extra PT, where you've got to go and set us up as a beneficiary and whatever and just use your credit card. It's actually cheaper for you to use your credit card through EFT, and then just have you do it that way. But there are alternative arrangements that we are making. But it's not only going to affect us, it's going to affect every single solitary vape store that I know in South Africa has had the letter from Payfast. And as far as I know, it takes effect on the 12th of this month, where you're no longer allowed to use it. But we are looking at alternative methods for you to use your credit card online that are not taking the same stance as Payfast with MasterCard and Visa. But yeah, we'll let you know about that. Yo, Chris, there's plenty starter kits around the 2000 mark. There's the Alien, there's the AL85, there's the Pico Jewel, there's plenty. Not good. Mohammed, yes, it is dangerous to use a mechanical mod if you don't know what you're doing. As I said earlier, I'm an experienced builder, I'm an experienced vapor, and I almost made a mistake the other day because I forgot that I put a bottom fed pin, which is obviously there's a hole through that pin. I put that on a mechanical mod, and put new coils and everything like that, and I put juice on it, and juice leaked right through my mod. Thank goodness. For some reason I took the battery out to check the battery before I fired it, and I noticed that there was juice on the battery. So yeah, and that's as an experienced vapor. Mechanical mods although we are more than willing to educate you on them, we suggest you do a lot of research on them and you're an experienced builder before you start playing with them. Yeah, Locust, that's Kurt from Vaporwave Benoni. Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's MasterCard and Visa. Oh man. If it's not one thing, it's another thing. They're always freaking pain in the bloody pupil. Really a pain in the pupil. Yeah. T-vapes, you more than likely find he won't cough for long. He coughs in the beginning, and because he's coughing, he's more than likely a long-term smoker, and because he coughs in the beginning, he doesn't like it. Unfortunately with vaping, you've got to get through that cough. It normally takes about 2 to 3 days for your system to get accustomed to that vapor. You just got to live through it. Yeah, Kurt's one of the guys that I look up to in the industry. He's a lovely guy. Mohammed, most of the guys doing the vape tricks and stuff like that are using really, or most of them use mechanical mods. With tricking and stuff like that, you want something that produces a very large amount of vape in a very short period of time. So because you want to take a quick inhale that gives you a lot of vapor. So that's why they use mechanical mods, because, and with drippers, because it can produce a lot of vape in a very short pull, so they can continue doing what they want to do. No problem, T-Vapes. Bring him past the shop. Let me talk to him. Anything else, guys? I'm just going to keep it a very short one tonight. I've got to go, still got to go into the laboratory to do my work, because I was out doing some personal stuff today, and I've still got work to do. Yeah, it all depends on what aliens you. Fuso, you saying dual space Claptons. I would put in just try a flat wire. Try some flat wire, 3.5 millimeter, because you can fit 3.5 millimeter, 7 wraps, not spaced, compact coils. Try 2 of those in there. You'll see, it'll be really, really good. Okay, guys, that's me. It was gonna be short and sweet. See you Wednesday night. Don't forget, you need to be watching, because I'm only going to give the rules out once, or not the rules out once, but you'll get it from different social media platforms. But yeah, we'll go live on Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Cool beans. Good night, guys.